Hello, everyone. We are back. Oh, there's name tags now. Sorry, we
Name
recently
tags!
we
Whoa.
changed up some back end
Hell
stuff thanks
yeah.
to our always great podcast engineer Zyler/James. But welcome to Roll of Adventure, the only game where one of us is chronically online, but we're not saying who. I am your dungeon master Zalora, here to tell you stories. Why don't the players introduce themselves again so we know who's who again? We'll go with D, starting with that.
Hello, I am D. I go by they them pronouns, and I play our warlock Teo, who is deathly afraid of closed spaces, as we learned last session. I'm gonna toss it over to Briston.
Hi, I'm Briston. I play Persefa, a water genasi, who really likes water, but doesn't like sea caves apparently. So, James.
Hi, I'm James. I play Zyler. I am the ranger of the forest who really wants to get shit done. So yeah, I'm gonna throw it over to Jace.
Hi, I'm Chase. I play Israel, and I have a completely neutral opinion about sea caves.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
Go on.
Josie. It's okay, I'm the last one. Hi, I'm Josie. I also have they, them pronouns, but my character's name is Elodine, and she is terrified of sea caves, but is totally willing to burn down a forest. We haven't discussed it, but she is.
It's
Good to know.
implied.
That's good to know.
I was gonna say burning down the forest wasn't necessary, but okay.
I don't know if that was in the dossier, but here we are.
I am channeling. I'm channeling fire and also forest. So.
All right. And let's a little recap from last session. The party encountered members of the cult of the Broken Fist. They came to this planet to stop them, to retrieve a powerful artifact that the cult has possession of. They went into a cave filled with monsters and chokers and other such things, rescued the village civilians that were trapped within, and was invited to the castle by a mysterious voice through the form of a gazer. But the party came out on top, slew the monsters in the cave, saved the civilians they could, and brought the rest the ones they couldn't. And they also learned that the mayor had a deal with this cult. No outside interference, and they provide a tithe, and the cult leaves them alone. Obviously, the arrival of the party and the party's company broke that without the mayor realizing it. So now they have no choice but to fight the cult, which is what the party is doing now. And that is where we'll come in. Where a scene will start. You guys had a long rest, the best you can, in a planet of perpetual storms. The village has kind of given you their blessing to save them from the cult in the castle, but now you're at a crossroads. You know of 3 ways to get into the castle. The village mentioned the sea caves, which is a way that they almost guarantee the cult within the castle is not aware of. It is the stealthiest approach, as you've learned, but is also probably the most dangerous, as the only way to reach the sea caves is by a longboat, a big longboat, or a big rowboat, in a place where there are storms and seas. The other way is one you learn from the Ranger's Journal that you retrieve from the cave. There is a hole in the wall. It's most likely guarded, but it's separate from the castle enough where if you're able to be stealthy or quickly killing fast enough, you can get in without being known. And of course, there is the invitation you have, which will bring you right to the front door of the castle.
Let's discuss.
I mean, we were invited, so I just think we should go to the front door.
Right.
One for the
I
front
want
door.
to ask any of the townspeople, hey guys, have you like been to the castle? What's it like?
You speak
don't
to
think
the
anyone has.
bartender, as you guys kind of are having your breakfast and discussing this, and he comes over and says, "Well, long ago before the cult, there it was kind of already in ruins. We don't really know who lived there before, because this village was founded long enough ago, and the castle was abandoned long enough ago. It's just kind of something that we never really bothered with. It was one of those places that, full of local tales and haunts and so on and so forth. But it's mostly in ruins, so
So no children running out to see if they can spend the night or anything like that?
before the
Bears
cult, yeah,
or-
that was absolutely a thing.
What's the
It was the
layout,
local-
kids? Can you draw
Yeah,
some
what's the
blueprints?
layout? Or those kids are dead, huh? I mean,
Oh my
it was
god.
very insensitive.
I'm gonna vote sea caves.
I mean, goblin cult powered by an eldritch power. I mean, I'm not saying
There's
it.
got to be some sacrifices.
That's
made.
crazy.
I'm not saying it
Wow.
because we're live on a family-friendly platform.
Oh, I marked this one as not
Is
safe
it
for kids,
family
so-
friendly?
Okay.
Is it family
Yeah,
friendly?
Well,
we can be a bit more.
I'm not
eldritch
saying
lore
it
with if we want.
because there's an eldritch power above me that might slap me.
Mm-hmm.
That is the
Jeff
algorithm.
Bezos.
I was gonna ask if it was Mr. Binks, but that makes more sense.
Even God is beholden to a god.
I did write down the pronouns in my notebook finally, and I put Zell, he, him, DM Zell, a god? Question mark.
I'm never telling.
Gods are genderless.
I
Okay.
appear as a
So
goblin before
we have
you.
one for sea caves, one for front door.
I'd say front door so I can reserve resources if needed.
Two for
Ooh,
front
good
door.
point.
Israel, what are you feeling?
I mean, we can also. I vote like one of the side entrances, and if they catch us, we can also say, "Oh, we don't know where the front door was, but we do have an invitation." So
Where is this front
Yeah,
door?
there you go.
Awesome.
There you go.
I mean, right? That's like strategy, right?
I like that strategy.
So one for forest path.
How about you, James's character?
I said sea caves.
He has said
Yeah,
sea
Zyler
caves. It
said
has
sea
not
caves.
changed.
Zyler has been wanting to just Captain Morgan on the front of a longboat for the longest time. So he's gonna vote for sea caves. If we go front door, that's fine. If we go forest path, that's fine. If we go
Okay.
Really
sea
wants
caves,
the sea
Zylar's
caves.
gonna fall into the ocean trying to stand on the boat.
I said, I just
So see,
Zyler
we
tries to
shouldn't
caves.
choose
Everyone's
the
like,
sea caves.
no.
I think that's
You
pretty
did it.
much a
She's
good
like,
reason
no.
to pick the sea caves. Just saying.
Why do we
Like,
want
part
to
of-
fall into the ocean?
Because
I
have
don't.
I have a great friend that controls water. They can bring me out. That needs to learn gnomish.
I don't know if I'm that powerful.
Excuse me, what did you do in those caves?
I'm just gonna
You were a
point out
badass.
that the caves had a lot of things coming out of the walls, and that was scary.
So more of that in
Okay.
the sea caves.
There's probably more of that in the sea caves. Although if they don't know that they're there, but that doesn't mean that the creatures don't exist.
But the creatures in the other caves knew, like they were part of it. So if they know about the sea caves, then they're down there. If they don't, there's a possibility that they haven't found it yet, and they wouldn't be there.
It is
The front door?
a pretty to kind of go on that point is a pretty agreed that the cult there's like a 90% chance they don't know about the sea caves entrance because it was mentioned that it was a hidden entrance. It's kind of a thing
Yeah.
that and with the castle being in ruins, they might not stumble upon the door for it or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm kind of pro sea caves. like very reluctantly pro sea caves because of the ambush type thing.
So 2 sea caves.
We have an
one front door?
invitation.
We do. We have an invitation, and Elodine loves busting down front doors.
Do we have a written invitation?
Not a written invitation.
So we don't have a warrant.
Yet. I mean,
Yes.
I
Right.
could write a warrant.
We're not a governing
We
force.
That's
Yes.
what's
so I don't
stopping
think
you from the
warrants really
front door.
apply
I can just
here.
write one. I can just write on a piece
We're
of
not
paper.
cops.
Warrant for your
Exactly.
arrest.
True.
Kind of the opposite of cops, really.
Yeah, no, true.
Or are we
We're
vigilantes?
scavengers.
Oh, we're
we are here to
scavengers.
plunder.
Oh, that's what we
Okay.
are? I had no idea.
Salvagers, scavengers. Like, salvager is just the politically correct term for scavenger.
Mm.
Okay, do we have 3 for front door?
I rolled a d20 for front door and it was a 4. You gonna roll a
Well,
d20
let
for
me
sea cave?
roll.
You should do it.
I don't trust
That was
this.
a
Okay,
17.
front door. Front door is a 19,
Damn. Eat my sea cave.
and 6 is for sea cave. So someone else has to do
I mean,
this.
you beat my
to-
sea cave, so
even
front
this out.
door.
Go front door.
I just got an 18 for front door.
Front door.
Front door.
I don't want us to lose all of our
Ooh.
health and all of these things with whatever's going to happen in the sea caves before we
I
get
feel like-
inside.
So if we're
I feel
doing
like
the front
sea
door,
caves.
do we want to take the sarcophagus? Or do we just leave that?
Hey, bartender. Hey, bartender friend. You like us
Hmm.
now, right?
I mean, you've had a very loud discussion about how you're going to assault the cult right now, and so
True. You're right.
He's like, what do you want?
We have this magical box. It's a long box, sure, but it's still just a box and it's magical. We can put the dangerous item that the cult has in this box, and it will kind of deactivate it. We're kind of thinking that us bringing it directly to the front door with us might be a bad idea. What if we had like a second group, not us, take the sarcophagus to the sea caves?
No. They are gonna
We should
lose
not
that
send
shit
them
so
to the
fast.
sea caves. We also should not
okay.
send them to the sea
Number one, they don't
caves.
want to touch the sarcophagus. Number two, the sea caves are too dangerous for us.
Oh, I didn't
They
think
don't-
were dangerous.
Also, they don't
for
want to
us.
touch
I just
the
think it's
castle with the cult.
I think maybe just ask them to keeping it safe while we deal with the cult.
I'm
Could
gonna
be the
I'm
better
gonna stop
idea.
you right there. None of us
Uh-huh.
want to go to the sea caves. So
Fair, very fair.
we
We'll
want to
come-
go to the sea cave, Zyler.
We'll come back through the sea caves, okay? We can go to the castle through the front door. We'll come back home through the sea caves.
Will we?
Wait, do we have sea caves here in this town? Do we have sea caves at home?
We don't have sea caves at home.
We don't have sea caves at home? Then it will be a request that we stop at the sea caves at some point. We can deal with stuff before. I would just like to be
Okay.
enforced at some point.
I feel like this means we just need to do the sea caves because Zyler's gonna keep being really upset if we
No,
don't
we're
do
going to the
sea
front
caves.
door. We are doing the front door. We are taking
They are
care of problems,
emergency
and then we
exits.
can go sightseeing.
Yes. But we don't know where they lead to, so we don't know if they're a good emergency exit.
We'll find it.
Okay.
It's like the bartender watches
Idea.
conversation go down, and he's like, "We're
Uh-huh.
doomed."
Idea.
Eladine?
You're gonna hate it for some.
Oh god.
Zyler, who is so proficient in the forest,
Mm-mm.
and also Persephone, who is so proficient in water. What if you guys are our scouting team? Don't go into the castle. Just
So you're saying
Scout
split the
out
party,
the sea cave.
take somebody who doesn't want to do the sea caves with somebody who
And then
does
I
want to
can
do
go
sea
to the front
caves.
door.
We can just all go to the front door.
Discuss.
Teo, Ezreal. Are we? Do we want the
I
front door?
can stay home and read a book.
I can just stay home. Yeah, read a book.
Maybe
Bill
not
has
the
a
best
face.
idea.
Be honest with your preference of what you want to happen.
Teo, what's up?
I will do what the party wants. I just fear the sea caves would cause a lot of harm and that we just will end up really hurt and then we'll go in and then be like, oh, we can't fight the goblins.
We have
This is
been
true.
invited.
That's a worry.
We've
We
used
do
a
have
lot
to
of our
get-
healing potions. We've used a lot of stuff.
That's true. That's true.
If we want to be sneaky and scout, I think Forest be our best bet, because at very least, me and Zyler can snipe whoever's guarding the entrance.
Well, I
True,
feel
we
like
only
we'd
have
be going
3
through the
healing
forest.
potions left.
That is
We
true.
have
the
me.
front door, and we have Ezreal.
That's
We
true.
do have you.
We have our white mage.
but is
We
it
have our white mage. Stop.
I think we're gonna do front door, guys.
Yeah, I think
I
front
think
door is
so.
probably best.
Sorry to make you build maps for sea caves, but I think we're gonna go
No,
for
it's
the
fine.
front door.
All right.
Eladine, do you want to knock
Sorry,
on the door? Or
I
is that...
asked yesterday and then I was working. So
I
never-
don't. I'm not like a fan of knocking on doors.
Oh, you just want to open
I
them,
think
okay.
you should. I think you should knock this time, though. We have an invitation, and you could just immediately be holding it after you knock. So when they open it, they can't do anything except read the invitation. It's like, where's a piece of? I mean, like
they have
this. You just be like,
Eladine
Just
pulls
in
out
their
her
face.
What if they
parchment.
have like a doorbell?
And
You can just
in
jump onto that rope
in
and
common.
right.
We were invited.
exactly.
Did we get the creature's name that was talking through the mimic? Not
No.
the mimic, but the
The gazer. No.
I don't
Gazer.
think so.
we didn't get the name of the person.
Mm-mm.
No.
Unfortunate.
It is.
No,
'Cause then we'd be,
I think
like,
we've
so
decided-
we're
on
really
the
bad
front
about
door.
that.
We're gonna go up to the front door. We're gonna say Bill invited us.
Bill invited us. They won't know who
Yeah,
that
They
is.
don't know
the
who Bill
goblin
is, yeah.
named Bill invited us.
Everyone looks at each other. Bill. Bill. Who's Bill?
Are you Bill?
No.
Bill, as in Nye.
Bill Nye
Bill,
the Science Guy. Bill
Bill,
Nye
Bill.
the Science Guy.
Science rule.
Bill. Nye
Is that a
the Science
copyright
Guy.
thing or is that too
No,
old?
it's PBS. It's public broadcast.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, you're right.
We're fine. It's
Okay, anyway, let's
Also, I my voice is not that good, guys. I do not sound like the Bill Nye guy.
There is no way we are getting the same like tone as that intro.
Like,
No.
That
I
synth
know
heavy
my
intro.
like Bill Nye is really
Bill.
great, but it's not
Bill
accurate.
Nye.
Nye the science
Nye
guy.
the Science
There you go.
Guy.
Bill.
The
Ooh.
science guy.
Jace, are you having fun?
Bill.
I
Do you
have
know
never
Bill?
seen the
Wait.
show, so I know
I was
who
about
he
to
is.
ask.
I just haven't seen the show.
Okay.
Okay,
I
okay.
remember making some friends from Europe last year watch it, and they were just like, "What?" the whole time, and we
Yeah.
were all like losing our minds, like cheering for him.
It was played in
wonderful.
our classrooms so many times.
When they
When-
rolled the
when
TV
you
on
saw-
wheels out,
when-
we're like,
Yep,
yes.
yeah, I was say when you saw that TV rolling, you knew it was going to be a great fucking class.
It was gonna be great.
You knew it was
Okay.
science time.
It's time for science.
Science rule.
Science rules. Okay, so
We don't want to talk about Bill Nye anymore. Okay.
Uh,
I'll
I don't think
remove
so.
the encounter.
we will talk
World.
about it when we get to the castle because he invited us.
We were gonna meet Bill Nye.
Yes.
You can't remove the encounter. I'll keep talking about Bill Nye. I'll keep doing it.
Bill Nye is actually a goblin, as it turns out, which makes a weird amount of sense.
It does,
Bill Nye,
actually.
the Science Guy.
You know that like one video of the girls in the elevator? They're just having a fun time. They're partying it up, and the doors open, and Bill Nye comes in, and they're like,
No.
"Oh, I have
I've
to
seen
find this
that.
video for this." Like they're just
Great.
party night, girls' night out, dancing up in
Having
the
fun.
mirror of the elevator, just checking themselves out, fit check, all that. Doors open, Bill comes in, and they just go silent. and it's like they are starstruck. It is phenomenal.
It was great.
That is
I'll send it.
amazing. I would be that way. He's one of those that
Mhm.
I would be like, wow, in the presence of
It's-
someone beautiful.
Yes.
Like your
Bill Nye and
mind,
Alton-
everything. Like
Bill
this is
Nye
great.
and Alton Brown is that for me.
Ooh, Elton
Mm.
Brown,
Alton
yes.
Brown is my TV father. I
Elton
grew up
Brown's a
watching
I
it.
singer?
did merch for his touring show like last
Singer.
week.
Which one's?
You can't
He's
just
old.
say that and not follow up.
I have a gift bag. I have a tote
You
bag from the
what?
show.
Sorry.
It is like for
I'm-
one night
okay.
only.
For one night, I'm gonna stop right there.
Oh, goodness.
I heard his show. I didn't see it because I was working. But yeah,
You were working. Oh, man.
This is just the gif of it, but it's phenomenal.
Okay, let's get back on track, y'all.
I'm
Front
boldly
door.
assume we were on track to begin.
I like that
We
the
are,
one
yeah,
girl
we're-
fully gasped.
Yeah,
she just
like-
fully gasped. Like
Bill Nye.
It's like, oh,
she's like, "Oh no, I was shaking my butt in front of Bill Nye."
and he's just smiling, just like accepting it.
He's just
You're
laughing.
living your
He's
best
just
life.
laughing.
You're enjoying
like,
yourself,
this
and that is
funny.
wonderful.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so great.
This is like all of our childhood heroes. So front door.
All right, front door.
Yeah, front door.
All right. So what were
Um,
you? What was the plan with the sarcophagus? You're not. Are you bringing it to the front door?
What if we bring it and then store it?
Where?
Like when
Could
you bring
we-
a
That's a great
chair
question.
To a concert.
Can we ask for volunteers from the town to come with us to a certain point before the castle, and then they can keep an eye on the sarcophagus near the castle entrance, but not at the castle?
What if we give him a gun?
Where
Yeah,
you
We
I
got a
look over
crossbow or
towards the
something.
bartender. You still hearing this conversation, sir?
Are there any
Rolls
volunteers that would
his
like to do that?
eyes. And he looks at you guys.
He's
I
so
see
done with
you
us.
You have mustered enough goodwill among the town, especially with the mission you're about to go to. There's a couple of young men who can probably are more than happy to help you because they got fire in their blood for this. So
Yeah.
they'll meet you on the outskirts of the path that leads to the castle whenever you're ready. I'll inform them.
Cool.
I like this,
Basically,
guys.
just our guards for the sarcophagus. We can get it out there close enough.
You have a real feeling that the bartender, despite his gruff appearance, cares immensely for the town, and you have a feeling that if Moira Bog wasn't the mayor, he probably would have been.
Yeah.
Moira Bog might not be the mayor anymore later, so
It's true. It's true.
Well, she stepped down as mayor, and it really hasn't been time to elect a new mayor yet, given the fact
No,
that
it's been like a
there's
night.
cult, everything's happening, and
how is
town's
Moira
still
doing?
not completely safe. Moira has kind of locked herself up in her own house.
So we can't ask her to be like part of that team.
You
Coward.
could certainly go. You could certainly
Like,
try.
see if she wants to be part of the
Mhm.
guard team on that and just help
Yeah.
rebuild some good.
The bartender lets you know where she is, where she keeps her home. And as you approach it, the storm is light right now, so it's just another typical kind of building here. Sloped roofs, so the water doesn't build up and battered by constant storms. And there's what basically kind of like a mailbox situation. It's like no Bog is on the side of it, her last name.
Knock, knock, knock.
Knock on the door.
So you do knock on doors.
I do, apparently.
Sometimes.
The door opens a crack, and you see Moira Bach step out. And when you've seen her before, she's always kind of, even after you brought her from the caves, she's kept her kind of a composed look. She's the mayor, leader of the town. She has but you look at her hair is down and framing her face. her face, you know, you can see the results, the remnants of last night still on it, the bruising and such. And she kind of looks all of you through like very heavy eyes, and she goes, "Hey, what more do you need?"
How did you communicate with them? How are you keeping in contact?
When I was, she just let us aside, and she opens the door as if inviting you in, and she walks in deeper into her home. But she's talking as you guys are walking. Back when I was mayor, and the deal was still on, we communicated through the frog things, the gazers they called them.
Perception check to see if there's anything, any of them around or
Go
anything
right
like
ahead.
that. Perception is +3. 3. Roll that. That is a 13 plus 3, 16.
You look around, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary. And she kind of cocks her head, and she gives like a very dry smile. They have abandoned me. Don't worry about it. They are not here. I imagine your presence is kind of keeping them cautious. I'm sure they're trying to figure out the threat you represent before they commit to anything. But the deal is off between me and them, so she kind of shrugs, and she leads you to kind of a kitchen, and she sets a kettle on the stove to start boiling water for what you assume is tea. And she looks towards the rest of you. What do you need from me then?
We're going to the castle,
Yeah.
and we
I
have
think
something to help take care of this artifact that has made things so difficult for you. We have some volunteers from your town, and we're asking that you come along as part of their party.
We need someone who we already know can command a group to make sure they're staying on task. We understand that you're not the mayor anymore. However, we think that you do still have a responsibility to your town. And I don't think it's good to just hide away now that you're ashamed.
I'm assuming Lloyd isn't going to come with you. Lloyd is the bartender.
The Lloyd?
No.
No,
He is,
he's staying here as another form of defense in case anything else comes to the town.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope he knows that out of game, guys. I hope he's aware of that.
We haven't even told him.
It's implied.
Surprise!
Yeah. Because he was leading like the ragtag militia that when the village was attacked the night you guys were here.
Mhm.
So
Oh, yeah.
they may not be trained fighters like you guys, but they are a militia. So, somewhat of a rag. They have people that can swing a very blunt object towards something's head.
How about a sharp object?
They know where the pointy end goes.
Perfect.
She looks at all of you. She sighs, kind of like rubs her face. When are you going?
Now, if
Yeah.
you're able to.
Nowish, yeah.
Very well. I'll go. I'll help this support team of yours. I just hope you are successful in your mission.
I hope we're all successful.
We do. Yeah.
Which direction are you approaching the castle?
Well, we've been invited.
It's the front door.
Do you have any suggestions?
Don't die.
Thank you. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Same to you.
I'll meet you along the path.
All
And
right.
she takes the kettle off, and then she starts going towards what you assume is her bedroom to kind of dress in actual clothes.
Armor up.
All right. You guys now have a team of 3, Moira Bog and 2 local boys.
All right, we need to go and get the sarcophagus from the general store where we lugged it up the stairs.
Mhm.
In the hand
Time
cart.
to lug it back down.
Yep.
Gotta get your cardio in, you know.
Gotta get it in.
It's just like giving us adrenaline for when we go into the castle. Like a pump up.
Yeah.
You gotta get that pump on, so you're ready to go. So your muscles are all.
It's like when
warmed up.
boxers will do that like jump around thing, like
Yeah.
this.
Cardio up.
You're
Like this is
doing the
ours
Goku
carrying a
thing with the
sarcophagus down the stairs.
The
Hmm.
Goku warm up.
Mm-hmm.
What does it? Move like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Float like a
Yes,
butterfly.
yes.
Sting like a bee.
Float
What's
like a
funny
butterfly.
is
Float.
My sensei actually said, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a butterfly," because we're trying to learn accuracy.
Oh. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a butterfly. You mean butterfly effect?
I told him, but butterflies don't have stingers. He's like, "That's the point." So it's being smart.
Oh,
They
yeah,
just create
yeah.
tsunamis on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Flap of a wing.
They're also
Anyway.
venomous. No,
Float
poisonous.
like a butterfly. Sting like a Mothra.
There you go.
I think that goes beyond stinging, and just cataclysmic destruction.
I would like to not think about butterfly effect any longer. So,
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I think we've got a castle
guys-
tour.
I think we have a
You
castle
guys,
raid.
bundle
yeah,
up in your-
I'll stop thinking about it for sure.
You bundle up in your weather gear. You load the sarcophagus into the cart, and you start pulling it along the outskirts. You go along the path where you were told leads directly to the front door of the castle. And along the little outside of town along the way, you meet Moira. She's dressed in the raincoat as well, and next to her are two lads, probably about 18-ish each, human. You can tell that they've had life of labor kind of a situation, and one of them approaches. "I'll take the cart from you now." And he takes the cart and he starts pulling it along.
Thank you,
All
berries.
And the other one speaks up. "So, understand this correctly, we're just watching the box?"
Yes, cream.
Yee.
Thank you. Okay. I was
The
just
name's
typing
Raiden.
that.
Okay.
I was just typing that. That's what I was thinking.
Same wavelength. I was thinking that. Yeah. So berries and
Yeah.
cream. The little
Yeah.
lads.
I'm
Yes.
a little lad
you
who
two
likes
are
berries and
just
cream.
watching.
It
you
took
are
me a
guarding
minute.
this for us.
Well, they're not little lads, so
You called them lads.
You
know,
said
They're
that.
berries
You
and
said
cream
lads.
Our town
they're
lads.
like the berries in the
You
way.
You said lads, and then I just started thinking, I'm a little lad who likes berries and cream. And I was going to type, and I thought James said berries, and I was like, okay, and I kept going, and then I heard cream, and that's where I was like, okay, we are on the same wavelength.
All right, well, the lads berries and cream, even though that's not their name,
Yes.
but they,
It is their names.
you guys are off-worlders who have put down a cult in a cave, so they're not going to question you.
I'm sorry.
We're the biggest
Berry,
assholes.
S, and creme.
Bernice and
S and
Cram.
Cram.
Berry, S, and creme.
Anyway,
Hi, what are your names?
the one pulling the cart speaks up. "I'm Brandon, and he's Braden."
Cool.
All right, BB boys.
I'm dead.
Let's go, BBs.
Cool.
Let's
And,
go, guys.
Moira kind of she's checking the load, make sure it's secured, and she walks behind the cart. But the path to the castle it's still muddy, but not so much as it was in the forest, because this path has kind of been hacked down. You imagine when the castle was originally constructed. You can still see like remnants of kind of like a cobble and stone road. It's still messy, it's still rough, but it's a pretty clear-cut road. And it winds through like some forest. But the one thing you notice is there is no keening howls, no creatures skulking about when you're here. We're going through this forest.
So it's like very different from the last times that we've been
Mhm.
through the forest, where we could like
Mhm.
feel that there were other creatures. Now there's none.
Mhm.
Oh,
And as you get closer to the castle, like the silence is more and more apparent, aside from the wind and the rain and the storm that's perpetual on the planet. And eventually you reach outer walls. The Braden, Brandon, and Moira It's like, is this where we're going to hold the box while you guys go do your business?
I would prefer a little further back in the tree line. So they're
And
not
they'll bring it to
seeing
the tree line.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want you to be
Assuming
target.
I'm assuming you have a signal for us.
Ooh, do we have another
Um,
bomb thing?
Yes.
Hmm.
And then she starts
If you
looking through her bag.
Can we just leave
Start
behind
getting-
one of this, like the... We have sending stones, right? We can just leave one
You
of
have
them.
Yeah.
like
We
they're
do,
like
we-
earpieces, so with that cast
Yeah,
message, so
one
you
of
can do that.
those.
If we have an extra to be able to message.
You don't have an extra, unfortunately, so one of you will need to pass it up to them.
I can leave mine behind.
Are you good with
You
that?
hand
Yeah.
them the
you hear
earpiece.
the
Israel?
secret message through the sending
What's the secret
stone.
message? What's the secret message?
Berries and cream.
Oh,
All right, lads.
Not the safe word.
That means don't.
Yeah, no, that means don't. We need a good word.
I think we can be in communication.
Yeah.
Do we need to have some secret phrase so they know?
Well,
Wait,
so
that-
I can magic tinkering. I'm going to just say no. Here, you keep your magic stone, your sending stone, and then I just pick up like a rock. Or no, one of my amethysts, and I'm going to use a magic tinkering. I can make a tiny non-magical item of myself. Oh no, it's just a... Oh, I can't do it from far away. Never mind. I was kind of hoping I could imbue it and then send the message from far away. But that's not what this can do. So never mind. We do have to actually leave one of our sending stones with them.
All right. All right, and you'll be able. You can kind of know the range of these, so you'll be able to run out and range it to give the message whenever it's safe for them to come in.
Okay.
So, all right. But with that secured and agreed upon, they will kind of crouch in a. There's like an old gnarled cusp of trees in the tree line that they all kind of take cover in from the rain and stash the sarcophagus there and sit there and wait for your next orders. As you approach the outer walls of the castle, you understand that when they say the castle was in ruins, they were not kidding. While there is still the remnants of a gatehouse, most of it has kind of caved in. The walls have seen way better days. They're still standing, they're still strong, but you can tell that they are a shadow of what they once were.
How in view of the castle are they? Is the gatehouse?
About still a couple, probably.
Like, if we were to move Moira and the boys to the gatehouse, would that be a better place for them to hide out?
No, because as you walk in, you do notice this. There are shining eyes in the darkness of the rubble, kind of watching you guys. They're not making moves. They're not making threat, but they're watching. And as you kind of look up, you can see on the top of the wall itself, there's a flash of lightning, and you see two short individuals with bows watching you from atop the wall. You have entered the stronghold of the cult of the broken fist.
I'm glad we left them behind then, yeah. Or not behind, but back there.
Mm-hmm. Do we have a quick count? Or a basic, like, general understanding
make
of
a
how many
perception
people we
check.
can accept or expect?
Yeah, make a perception check, because these are like you can tell these like probably the outer wall guards.
19.
15.
Yeah, between you guys, you can count. There's easily, from what you can see, at least 5, 6, 7 in this area alone. You know the cult is goblins. You know goblins are numerous and sneaky. So, what you can see is probably there's more than what there is. And they've been here for who knows how long.
Been here for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But as you walk through the outer walls and the outskirts of the castle, you get closer to the castle proper. You can kind of see in rubbles of like what buildings were there to support the castle. You can kind of see more goblins just kind of walking along in the shadows in the rain, watching you guys, bows drawn, arrows notched, until eventually you reach the front door of the castle. Or from here, you can tell that the front door has been knocked off its hinges, and part of it lays on the stairs leading up to the castle. And another lightning flash happens, and you see the tentacles of another Dolgaunt, what Drex was, standing at the top of the stairs, flanked by 2 Dolgrims, the squashed doubled goblins, watching you. With
So I
their
don't have to
empty,
knock.
vacuous eyes. No, there's no door to knock on.
I mean, you could knock on the door on the ground, but
I
it'd
was
be a
say,
moot
yeah,
point.
kneel down, just knock on the wood.
Is
of the
Knock,
door.
knock, knock. No, we'll just
We've been
head in.
invited.
As you start to climb the stairs, you kind of look behind you, and you can see another flash of lightning. There's more goblins have kind of gathered semicircle behind you, almost herding you up the stairs. And as you approach, the Dolgon steps forward. We've been expecting you, off-worlders.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, you invited us, obviously.
Lord Belks did invite you, yes. But
Lord
he
who
was
now?
Belks. B-E-L-X. But he was unsure such arrogant off-worlders would accept his invitation.
Well, we're here just
Well-
for him.
Sounds like projection to me. It was a lovely invitation.
The eyes would narrow if he had eyes and not vacuous pits.
The eye sockets narrow.
Yeah, you feel the eye sockets narrow. And then he turns
I'll
his
just-
back, and the 2 Dolgrims kind of take flanking guard positions and follow me. And he starts to lead you into the castle. And this is when I will say, would you please go to your mats?
map time.
Map time.
Map time.
Map time, map
What's
time,
new in
map
map?
time,
It's the-
map time, yeah.
What's the song? Wait, let me find it. I can do
Map
this.
time, map time.
No, it's
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the
map. I'm the map. Yeah, if there's a place
Yeah.
you gotta go,
Oh
I'm
my
the one
God.
to know. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Holy shit, y'all.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this over for the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
On the map.
There you are.
We got a map.
Oh my!
There, okay.
I didn't mean to
Oh,
yell. I'm sorry.
Did you forget
I
about
got
those?
jump scared.
Have we had water today?
Hey, by
I
the way,
did.
stream, hydrate.
Yeah, I forgot
It's
about
time
that.
to
That was a
hydrate.
joke me and
Hydrate.
James set up last night, and I forgot about it.
I just tapped over. Oh my god.
I guess those were placeholders.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is what happens.
Oh,
when you
that's
get
some
this
nice.
power.
That's some nice hydration, James.
And make sure you hydrate.
We have several.
everyone.
Oh yeah, I empty these bottles on a daily basis. Ooh, okay.
All right. But the castle as you enter is again. It thankfully the roof is intact, so you're sheltered from the storm. But that's about it. It's the castle's in heavy disrepair. It's a mess, and the smell is intense.
Mm.
It smells like many bodies have lived here without bathing and have progressed and do the things that they do without much thought of cleanliness, hygiene, what have you. It's a very strong smell.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Is it damp in there?
The air is very damp and dank.
Okay.
And the moment
No,
you
never
enter
mind,
the
I don't
castle,
wanna
you
alarm.
feel many more eyes on you. And
For
you
sure.
Kind of see the goblins below you, kind of gathered around watching you. They're kind of like leaning on the wall, mean mugging you. You see that they have various sharp implements in their hands. And one of them is in the process of cracking a bone for marrow. As he watches you, picks his teeth with the bone shard. You can't really see into the room that they're guarding, but you have a feeling that it's a lot of the smell is coming from that.
Gross. All right, where's your boss?
This away. I have the right tool selected. Dolgaunt moves to this path, one that isn't blocked off and guarded.
I figured, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. I'll go right there.
Yeah, so are we heading this way, friends?
The two Dolgrims stay behind. Now that you're in their castle.
Yeah. Paladin does want to stay
Wait,
more
where's-
towards the back. Persephone, where do you
where's-
want to be?
Okay, sorry. I was like, I kept hitting tabs, and there was just a map every time, and I was like, which
Sorry.
one is the right map? I can go here. This is fine.
I don't like this hallway.
I think this feels like a bad idea, guys.
I'm going to have don't worry guys, I have
I'm
create
saying-
water, so if I need to, I'll just toss water at
I
him.
think Ezreal should be second to last. I think
Okay.
me or Persephone
Okay.
should be last.
Okay. I'll go in next then.
Persephone, how you feeling?
This is fine with me.
Okay,
Hey,
then
if you
I
wanna
will
go.
go. Yeah,
Oh,
Now,
there's
Nadine,
more.
do you want to be
Okay, cool.
last in case you
Like
want
that?
like a
yeah,
fire
I like
grenade
this.
behind us or something?
Okay.
Oh
Me?
gosh.
Oh yeah, no, I
With this hallway.
layout. Oh, maybe. Okay, okay.
Like you could
okay.
fire
No,
grenade
good
right
point.
where I'm standing, and their reinforcements can't necessarily go behind.
So
like
where am
after-
I at then?
Like after we all go, you toss it into that corner to block that off. If we do get into a fight,
Ooh, okay, okay.
if you got any of them,
As the Dahlgrims just like follow us.
You have willingly walked into the enemy's camp.
100%.
we have walked into the trap.
I'm so sorry, everyone. This is my fault.
Not just yours.
And then we could have gone to the sea caves.
Nobody wants
It's fine. I've
to.
played the Goblin Camp in BG3 many times. We can do this.
I have lots of experience.
I've been in this before.
All right.
Alright.
I'll be right there then. If we're still walking.
Sorry, I think we're all just like trying to be in control of our own characters.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk further in, the Dolgon steps aside and he speaks towards the Dolgrim that's guarding his path. Yeah, they speak in a language that you guys heard but don't understand. And while they're having this conversation, you can see in the background there's another guard of a bugbear who is just arms, very long, furry arms crossed across his chest, staring down at all of you.
Yeah. I want to, as we head in, I want to look around and kind of just spot where other entrances may be, like a possible sea cave entrance.
Make a perception check.
9.
You do not
Rolling
see anything that
perception.
may or may not be a sea cave entrance.
I just rolled a nat 20
Mm.
plus 3, so 23. To look for any other entrance and exit sea cave possibilities.
No.
None of them. Okay.
I see.
Okay.
Where you are in the castle right now, you do not see it.
Cool.
All right. Okay. So where
guess
is
I
he
can
leading us
Here?
from here?
Yeah, he'll be leading you down this path here. You just do a little.
Ding.
All right.
So the Dolgon finished conversations with the Dolgrim. The Dolgrim clears some of the sandbags out of the way to open the path up, and you guys are led into this room. Dolgrim stands aside so you guys can enter.
Hmm. We have been invited. Here, I'll move up there.
Yeah. Elodine just kind of mean mugs this guy.
The Dolgrim.
Yeah.
It just looks at you, and it's just breathing heavy like a pug.
Oh, why you describe him like that? Now he's cute.
Look at it.
Aw,
No.
You know that
have
thing.
a
You
hard
know that
time
thing has respiratory
breathing.
issues. Just a lot of.
Has
Who's
anyone
got a smushed face?
has anyone told you today that you're beautiful?
Oh, you're kind of so
Doesn't
ugly. You're
understand your language.
cute.
Give the bugbear just a little scratch under the chin.
Don't touch him.
Don't touch the bugbear.
Buddy, good buddy.
Oh, you're so furry.
It's an abomination breed.
Oh man.
All right, you are led into the remnants of the throne room of this castle.
Hmm.
Sorry, this is it bigger. No,
There's a bear
Big
rug.
ass map.
There we
There's
go.
a bear rug. Wow, y'all took us a long way, huh?
They're trying to kind of
Confuse us.
as you were entering into the throne room, the Dolgaunt kind of holds a hand up while you guys enter, to telling you to kind of stay in this area.
I'll shift
Don't come
right
too
here.
far forward.
As you
Oh,
approach,
sorry,
you
yeah.
see that belt. There is a goblin
Thanks.
who is sitting on the throne. Most of the goblins you've seen are short, squat, ugly creatures, but he looks different. He seems to have a power about him that you haven't felt anywhere else in this cult so far. His body is covered in these red tattoos, red markings that spiral every exposed bit of skin. And you can just feel this pressure coming from him. And he's speaking to images projected by each of these gazers, cloaked images, illusions that are speaking to him. He is speaking in common. You can kind of overhear the latter half of this conversation. I don't understand why you think that we're a bunch of pushovers just because we got you one of your fancy artifacts. Cult to cult, as you seem to call it. We don't have to follow you. We got plenty of power on our own, and unless you're willing to offer us a better deal, it's off the table, and I suggest you stop trying to reach me. The center cloaked figure and the illusions that you can kind of see, projected images, seems to be the more leader of those, speaks up. Lord Belks, I highly consider you reconsider. But you have made your status clear, where you stand on this, and the cult of resurrection will leave you be. But, and you swear you see the illusion kind of cock its head to the side to see you guys enter, and then back to Belks. I suggest you find better friends. You'll need them in the coming days. And with that, the illusions wink out, and the gazes kind of go back to positions around Belks. With that, Belks looks up, irritated, and sees you guys enter. Well, well, well. If it ain't the Offworlders causing a thorn in my side.
Nice to meet you.
Steps aside, letting you guys enter and stand before the throne.
Aladdin kind of comes back, but is like facing the throne and all that.
Ezreal's not sure where to go.
Ezreal's like, where?
Who needs help? Immediately, tell me.
All right, I kind of want to get a layout of the room. I kind of just like look around me. Do I see anything that looks like a artifact, or does it look like he's got the artifact on him?
So he stands up and steps down the steps of the throne. The gazers follow behind him. And what you see is he has kind of a cloak around his shoulders, but it's longer on one side. It's covering his right arm. With the left arm, he gestures. You all have been around the artifacts enough. You understand what they are enough to realize that the pressure of power coming from him is focused on his covered right arm. And you have a feeling that whatever part this artifact is under that cloak, and he is currently wielding it.
I like what you've done with the place.
Thank you. You know, it was just laying here in ruin. The villagers below didn't do nothing with it. Could have been quite a stronghold for them. But it's ours now. So tell me, how much did Moira pay you? I'll pay more.
Moira hasn't paid us anything.
Oh? You mean to tell
Yeah.
me you're not here to kill us in the name of the villagers below?
No. We actually weren't invited here by the villagers at all.
You're our first invitation here.
Well, I'll be. So then, pray tell, what purpose do you have on this planet then? What purpose do you have accepting my invitation as such?
Well, you see, we also have heard of these artifacts. And I kind of just gesture to their arm.
Mm-hmm. He
We're
looks towards
very
his arm and looks
interested
back
in
at you.
finding more.
Oh, so this is valuable to you. And he lifts his arm up, and you can kind of see that when he does, you can see that the arm from the elbow down is completely red, glossy skin. It does not have those red marks, but you notice that starting from the elbow and kind of going up to the rest of his body, the marks emanate from that arm. As he kind of flexes it, it sounds crackly and emaciated, but it's
And
still
painful,
strong.
maybe.
Yeah, and painful.
That does look important, yes, but not as important to us as it seems it is to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this little artifact, as you called it. We found it fair and square in the mountains, and it has allowed us to throw off the yoke of Moira and the mayors preceding her.
Ooh. Okay, I have an idea, guys. Out of character, that is. In the mountains, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there might be more? We don't want to take yours necessarily. We just want one.
He looks at you, and then he adopts the kind of like that same smile again. If there were more in those mountains, you think we wouldn't be using them ourselves? The mountains
Oh,
are our
that's-
home. We live there, we mine there. When we found one, our warlords and our enslavers, and when he says that word, he looks towards the Dolgaunt and looks back at you. One whipped us into a frenzy to find more. Well, I stole this one. And, well, he walks over and he kind of puts the arm towards the Dolgaunt, and the Dolgaunt actively kind of recoils from it. It gives me immense power to twist those who don't exactly follow my word. And he comes back and he has kind of a maddening grin towards you guys. Oh, this thing here has given me immense power, and I don't think I'm willing to part with it. But if there are more like this, you say, then perhaps we can have a bit of a mutual relationship. You simply work together with me and bring me the rest of the artifacts, and you can stand by my side as we throw off the chains of oppression from the rest of this place and beyond, Offworlders. He doesn't say Offworlders with venom. He says it with as kind of to emphasize the fact that you're not from this planet, which means you have a ship.
We do. Where you guys want to go with us?
The donuts were enslavers?
Seems like
You know-
you've.
Go on.
Seems like you've turned the tables on a really bad situation. I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that.
Exactly. You know how Goblin Society works?
No.
None of you are goblins, you wouldn't get it. Basically, to keep it simple, hobgoblins whip us down to do everything, do their dirty work, the dangerous work. They treat us like the garbage you see piled about here. This simply evened the playing field. And he looks towards the Dolgaunt again, and you guys know how hobgoblins are. They're large red-skinned goblins who are very military in culture. And as you kind of look back towards the Dolgaunt with his knowledge, you realize at one point in its life, the Dolgaunt was a hobgoblin. And now it's whatever this is.
I was gonna say, I was gonna look around the room and just be like, where are the hobgoblins?
You're looking at what's left of the the hobgoblins have been taken care of.
So there are no
Turns out
more
they
of them
make
in the
great
mountains.
No hobgoblins, and anyone who licked their boots have met a similar fate. Those of us who wish for freedom are living.
Huh.
Wait, out of character, do we know why they're attacking the villagers again?
You
Like, why they're
know,
taking them?
I think they're eating.
Mora said that the deal she had with Belks and his ilk, his cult, was the villagers tithe them to stay safe, and if the tithe is not to their liking, then the chokers would be used to kidnap and to keep all communication off world to a minimum, to like nothing. Well, with Saber Corp arriving with the scouting team, that broke that, and then you guys followed shortly behind.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
So
And Mora also
I
said
think...
that her Sorry, go on.
No. Please say what you were gonna say.
I was saying Mora also mentioned to you how her and previous mayors have kind of exploited the mercantilism of the goblins. that they lived in the mountains, so they had access to the minerals and other such materials, and they kind of utilized, maybe their ignorance towards trading to get better deals that their malice, they're not to their benefit. So
Okay.
you have a feeling Belks
I'm-
has seen a lot of this, especially at the boot heel of the hobgoblins.
Mm-hmm. I'm now a little bit of the, and I don't want to metagame too much, so I do apologize for saying this like out of character. I kind of feel like we should play along and come back a different way.
I want to try to get more info about like who he was talking to before we came, as we came in.
Cult
Mhm.
Resurrection, so I assume that's from a different world or something. I assume they're
And they
not
also
here.
have an artifact.
So that's probably
Kinda
another
sound
one that
away.
we'll have to go to eventually.
So it's kind of good to know, like, this could be information gathering as well.
The other question is, will he let us leave here alive?
That's a great question. But then again, like, if we play along,
Mm-hmm.
then he could be, quote unquote, sending us to other worlds.
Okay. And then we could like maybe try and get a deal for the villagers so that none of them will be taken anymore. Just continue trade as normal.
Yeah. But we don't actually want to leave, obviously.
Yeah.
James, sorry you left for a minute. So I was saying, I kind of think we might want to play along with the offer, of the sure we're gonna go off world but we have to like play what's in it for us, because I don't
We
see
do need to
anything
know
good for us.
Type thing, yeah.
Kind of a thing. And with that, I'm going to turn to him again, even though we were not talking to each other. Well, like we said, we don't have any intentions of just stealing an artifact from you. It's already in use, and I as you say, it gives you quite the power. I don't think we could stand up against that. So, what is in it for us if we're bringing other artifacts to you rather than just taking them for ourselves?
I can give you power. You see, the artifacts belong to something greater, and it spoke to me. It speaks to me still, spurring me forward. Through it, I learned how to grant power. I can give you a demonstration if you so wish.
Is he
Like, yes and no.
like yes, but who? And also not us, but also like not one of
No,
his guys.
I wouldn't give you the power that I can grant unless you agreed to our deal. No free samples, as the merchants say. But he shouts, and the two goblins from outside enter. Allow me a demonstration. And he walks over and he places both hands on the foreheads of the goblins. And you see those swirling marks flare with power. And you feel the pressure in the room kind of build. Teo, your patron stirs immensely in the back of your mind when watching this display of power. And you don't hear or feel as much, but you get this kind of almost a fear and a panic as this power is displayed. The goblins fall to their knees and they let out a cry of the power. We are being granted the power, and then you watch horrifically as their bodies almost seem to morph together twisting and crunching and breaking until another Dolgrim now sits where they once were.
Ooh.
And then it stands up, and then it bows to Belts. It gathers the weapons that are dropped from its previous forms, and then it kind of saunters out of the throne room.
Interesting. Elodine is just like visibly trying to show like, holy wow, that's amazing. That's just such strong power.
Obviously, they were lesser goblins, but those such as yourselves who are immense and magical in your own nature would grant power differently, or be given power differently. An individual goblin is weak, but together they are strong. Do you understand now that you're better working for me than whatever reason you came here?
Yes, I see the power that you have is even more immense than we thought it would be.
I can see how you refused that other person's offer, the one you were on call with. Who was that,
Mhm.
by the way?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Hold on. What are my
DC,
stats?
I'll tell you,
What?
the DC will be low because you feel that he is a drunk, arrogant goblin on power.
Right.
24.
Nice.
His grin widens. I can tell you that they are no one near as strong as me and mine. They are another cult who apparently has more of these artifacts. They call themselves the Cult of Resurrection. I care not what they wish to resurrect. But they have their own artifacts, and they wanted me to join them and give me mine. And in return, they'd grant me power, similar to how I can grant power. But their deal was poor. I refused
Where
to
are
work
they
under
at?
the boot of another. They did not reveal that location, unfortunately.
Did they come
What do
to
they
you
offer?
first?
They came to me, yes. They offered in return for my artifact that they would grant us all immense power, and we would be able to serve alongside them in their ultimate goal of whatever they deem to resurrect. I have no idea what it might be. But the point is, they saw us as lesser. They saw us to be used as fodder. I refuse. They have been very insistent, however, saying that I don't understand the artifact and they could teach me such things, but I understand plenty. It speaks to me, after all, and it tells me how to use it.
Does it tell you where we could find other artifacts?
Yes, it clamors for more.
Elodine kind of turns to the group and is just like, well, we are a group. May we have some time to discuss your very generous offer before we decide?
Yes. However, I cannot let you leave the castle. Understand,
No, of course
I
not.
revealed
May
a
we
lot
just
to you.
Some privacy here in the corner.
a private room.
Yes. I have things to discuss with my hand here, and he gestures to Zilgant. He snaps his fingers, and the bugbear comes forward. Yes, my lord. Show them where they can go. Do not let them out of your sight. Of course, my lord. The bugbear gestures to you guys. You can please follow me, esteemed guests.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Trying to say. He looks towards you. I'm not going to bring you to the general quarters. It is a mess. I'll bring you to one of these other rooms we have. That is a big eraser.
It's kind of you.
Mhm.
It's a big eraser.
Erase the eraser. Ba, 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 ba.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. You just
Map
keep
is
going. I
huge.
keep having to zoom.
I know. Keep zooming out.
You need to
I've
do-
zoomed out as far as it'll let me now.
25%.
There's a storeroom down here that is separate from most of the rest of the group. They've already ransacked it for what they will, and they leave the room alone. For now, at least.
In here then. All right, cool. I just want to, as we walk through these rooms, can I do a perception check to see if I see, again, any, like,
Goblins.
well, yes, goblins hiding, or if there's any magical traps, things like that.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah. Sorry.
Everything seems on the up and up. It's a goblin fortress.
Actually, everything
What
seems
about
so
a
cool.
10? About a
It's a
10.
goblin fortress.
It's a great goblin fortress.
Perception.
Mine's not that good either. Never mind.
How about a 15? 12 plus.
Ooh.
Everywhere you go, you have a feeling of being watched from the corridors.
Mhm,
Goblins
mhm.
are looking, and just overall, there's just a feeling of unease through the castle. Unease towards you. The goblins that you do notice seem to be fine in their current state of affairs. And
Can
one
I
thing
ask
you
the
do
bugbear and
notice,
see
though,
how he feels about this whole situation?
Xyler, hold on. One thing you do realize, Xyler, is this is the only bugbear.
Yeah.
What little you know of goblin society is they are a very mixed society between different goblinoids. This is the only bugbear you've seen.
Mhm.
Can I ask an out
Do
of
we wanna-
character question?
Sure.
Yeah.
What is a bugbear exactly? Is this a type of
It's,
goblin? Or...
He's a
They're a goblin. They're a big,
He's a bear.
furry.
Okay.
They're big, furry, gangly limbs. Very good at stealth.
Okay, cool.
Can be vicious. Bugbear.
Oh, we're
Do you
down
have a
here.
name, sir?
You can call me Tyrannus.
Why is there only one of you?
He has a sad look in his eyes when you ask this question. He looks. The hobgoblins are not the only ones to receive that treatment. Back in
Good to
before
know.
Belks came to power, the bugbears served as enforcers and overseers for the hobgoblins.
Oh, I
that
can
went.
see why there's maybe not a lot of you left.
I pledged myself to Belks to avoid that same fate. But it is a cowardice I live with. This
May we have
room
some privacy?
Should be, yes, this room should be secure enough. I'll be right outside if you should require anything.
So instead of talking out loud, I want to use my magical
pieces?
tinkering on one of
Okay.
my stones.
Mm-hmm.
And just in common, because it can a static visual effect up to 25 words of text. So in common, I just want to write out in less than 25 words. We should play along, leave, and come back through another entrance.
Persephone's gonna nod and be like, I'm really hungry. So the guy doesn't think, like, we're just silent in here.
Yeah.
He just kind of peeks down and then goes back to leaning against the wall.
He's like, what does this have to do
Hey,
with
this
anything?
is a storage room. Let's start looking around and see if there's anything there.
You have a feeling that goblin food, he is protected you from the horrors of goblin food. At least this goblin's food.
Yeah.
I think we should finish up here so, yeah, we can eat something. It's been a long day.
And I just kind of look at the other three, and I just want to be like, yes or no.
I nod. I'm hungry too. I'm hungry too.
Do you think you want to
Make my
invite anybody
performance.
else to eat with us?
Oh,
Well, the bugbear might be hungry, but it's a great question. I certainly don't want to invite anyone from the town.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I know.
Ezreal, are you hungry?
Very-
Okay. I think we are all in agreement. And I think we're all in agreement that
Yeah, we're all hungry.
Lord Belts
Belks. Belks.
is obviously in charge and much stronger than we could
So
even
powerful.
The most
want
powerful.
to fight against. I don't have any interest in going against that.
No.
I'm gonna leave Tim Tam here.
Okay.
Where's Tim Tam anyway?
Tim
I
Tam
need my
hidden?
little guy.
Not Tim
He's
Tam.
been with me. He's just not on the map. I just need him on the map so that we can leave him. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I hate
And-
that it just says homunculus servant.
Yeah.
That's what he
Tim.
is.
Timothy Tam.
His name is
Timothy.
Timothy.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Do we have any way to try to make him a little more proficient in hiding since he hasn't been great in the past with that? I mean, anyone in the group. Does anyone in a group have a way to try to help with that?
Like anybody have a spell for invisibility?
Yes. No.
Ooh. Oh, what kind of spells do you have?
I was thinking
Um,
maybe enhance ability.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm.
I only have minor illusion, and it only lasts a minute, so I could
Yeah,
have made
we
him
won't.
appear more like a rock, like rubble.
I can give him a
but it
talisman
only
so you can
lasts-
add a D4.
Do we? How long? Ooh. Do we? Ooh. Who has charm character or some charm?
Does anybody have
person?
charm person?
I swear we had somebody who had charm person.
No, maybe someone
Okay,
that's
never
no
mind.
longer
Like
with
Beatrice.
us. All right,
Possibly,
Yeah,
yeah.
Beatrice.
Unfortunate.
Right.
Never mind. We don't have charm person, so we can't charm anyone. Yeah, I think okay. And then I kind of just shoo Tim Tam in here. He's gonna follow around. You got a 13 plus 1, so 14 for stealth.
I mean, not the worst.
14
Not the
stealth.
worst. Huh?
14 stealth, yes.
14 stuff.
Yeah. Anytime I need to re-roll that, let me know.
All right. So, what is
Oh.
your guys' plan now?
Well, the thing is,
We're
if we
No, please.
leave, we do need to get the artifact, right? So if we leave right now, will we be able to get back and have them still be friendly, or that's also something to think about, right? Because right now they're not just going to attack us unless we attack them, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
But if we'll come back unannounced, they might attack us.
Hostile, yeah.
for sure. It's more of the why I think we should come in through like the sea caves or the forest, the other entrance.
Hmm.
Um,
Sneak
I
in,
need
whittle
one
them down.
person to make an investigation check for this room. Just one person.
Who wants to make it?
I
I've
can
got a
try.
plus
Wait, let me
5.
see what my.
I have a +1.
Yeah, I'm a +1. You do it.
Okay.
So I
15.
You notice something about this room? Compared to the rest of the castle, it doesn't smell as bad. In fact, it kind of smells
Like
slightly
sea
salty.
salt? Like slightly salty?
Yeah,
Fresh
there's
air?
a trapdoor in the corner that you notice that may or may not lead to the
Yes!
escapes.
Okay. I was legit waiting for that. Thank you. I was like, that corner looks covered up.
Hmm.
Okay.
That corner hasn't been revealed. Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, so I kind of tell Tim Tam, oh, I need to go over to this corner and chill. And then I kind of gesture back towards the bugbear.
You calling him in?
Well, more of a squat to him. I don't want him to
Be
just
able to look
notice
around.
Tim Tam because he has a better perception than I do.
So we are in agreement of like saying thank you for your offer. We are going to go talk with our people and then let you know.
I don't think he'll let us leave without agreeing. I think we should just agree.
Just lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone not me should do it. I'm super not persuasive.
I can lie. I have pretty good deception and persuasion.
I have a
Okay, great, great.
+5 in persuasion. Wow,
Damn, girl.
Damn.
I didn't
I have
know
a
this.
+6.
Yeah, I did not know this though about myself. Wow.
Yeah, I think that's if we just, agree and not agree to being morphed. When we looked at those other creatures, the Dahlgrims, did they look like
Dahlgrims.
in pain?
It was hard to tell because they're mashed up individuals without closer inspection. Because the other Dahlgrims you've noticed tried to kill you, and these ones aren't really doing much.
Do they still look like they're always constipated?
They
Like,
just look bad.
yeah, like they're constipated. Okay.
I
Yeah,
think they're
in pain.
constipated.
They're in pain.
You got the double arms even. I just personally don't think I want to be under any sort of thrall to him. So definitely not agreeing to those powers yet. Just be like, we're not worthy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Cool. Let's head back.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Check if they think they All right. Yeah, Tyrannus looks at you, kind of as a cocked eyebrow as he kind of unfolds himself from the wall. I'm assuming your conversation is done then.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking his deal,
Mhm.
aren't you?
And I was just saying anything.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to live your lives, but I recommend against it.
I'm like winking at him though. I'm like, yes.
Hold up,
Wait,
hold up,
wait,
hold up.
against
Don't- let's
what?
not wink.
Wait,
Look,
against what?
hang on.
What do you?
Come here.
Nah,
Sorry,
he
sorry.
seems
Come
like he's
here.
on our.
Here. Come in here.
He
Come
seems
here.
like he's on
Tyrannus,
our
Tyrannus.
side.
Come here,
Come here,
come
come here,
on,
please.
We just
Come
should
here,
Tyrannus
come
to get inside the room.
Come here,
with
like,
us.
hold up. Why do
Wait,
you
hold on, wait,
feel
hold on, wait,
we
hold
should
on.
not accept this deal?
You saw him. He's a power-drunk, mad tyrant. Those who spoke out against him, well, he kind of gestures broadly, as if indicating
Right, but like
Dover and
that's why
Dovar.
we're thinking we shouldn't speak out against him, bro.
You off-worlders killed Drex, yes?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was an overseer, along with me. He was a very
Oh.
strong, vicious man. Bugbear, whatever you wish to call it. And you slew him. You're strong. He's just a drunk goblin.
Good point.
Can we trust him? Can we trust?
I don't think we can. I was
Can
gonna
I
charm him
insight check
before,
on this
but-
guy?
Yeah. Insight.
Yeah, insight
roll
check,
an
man.
insight
Okay, cool. I have a +5 to that. 23.
12.
Ooh. It's
You
better.
look at him and you kind of hear him as he says this, and you get a look of desperation.
Mm.
You realize from what he's told you and how you've seen Belks, he is kind of throwing a Hail Mary here. He's
Okay,
a
so
desperate
he's-
man. His friends, his companions, his people were basically traded one set of chains for another, but except this time those chains come with being turned into a horrid creature.
Yeah.
So,
For real.
out of character, have we decided on like a time that we planned on getting back? Like, okay, night falls or like midnight, or we're
I feel
sneaking
like-
back in?
Or are we just leaving to come back immediately?
Almost immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
get out the door and then get in through the
Yeah.
sea caves.
It's if we act like we're leaving, like heading back to our ship, I don't think they expect us to come back at all. Or at least not, immediately.
No.
So, still out of character. If we were to be like, stay by his side, and maybe you'll have an opportunity sooner rather than later.
Oh no. I was gonna be like, can we give him
that's the
a
out of
sending
character.
stone? Yeah, still out of character. Do we give him a sending stone?
I just
I'm
want
gonna
you guys to
do
be
something
aware
real
that
quick.
that your pieces just let you cast message through a little more than usual.
You're like, you
services.
can't misuse my items that I've given you.
You can't use them as
I want to
blueprints.
remind you it is message and not sending that the earpieces give you.
Yeah.
It's a slightly boosted message, but it is message nonetheless.
Right.
Do you have
I'm gonna try something real quick with Tyrannus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mind link with him real quick.
Ooh.
What
Okay.
does that do?
When you're using the mind link to speak telepathically, I could speak telepathically to him for like an hour at most. I can only do it to one person at a
nice.
time.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna look
Okay.
at out loud. I'm gonna look at Tyrannus to be like, just whisper to him. I'm gonna do something real quick. I need you to keep a straight face. All right.
Okay, cool.
cool, man. Big cool.
He looks at you. He kind of stands up, and he's kind of tall, but he's also very gangly, so he just watches you from his full height.
And then I mindly can go, hello.
There's a moment on his face where he like looks around a lot with his eyes, but then he realizes, and then he looks at you, and then he says in his mind, "That's incredibly invasive."
I apologize. I had no way of signaling to you that was going to happen without giving this ability of mine away. There seem to be
Why
eyes
are
everywhere
you
here.
telling me?
I wanted to ask you a question, and you can answer me honestly. You're free to speak your mind here, or I guess mind your mind here. If we were to fight Belks, what would you say is the best way to go about it?
It's a very long pause. Brute force. Just go for him. He may be drunk on power and he may be a tyrant, but he also is still smarter than most goblins, especially now. He'd be incredibly paranoid if you do anything against his delusions or wishes. Just go for it. He thinks he's untouchable. Prove him wrong, you might throw him off enough.
And his horde?
If this is the path you wish to follow, not everyone in his so-called cult here follows his will. If you promise me you'll lay him low, I can speak to those who share my mind. We might not be able to assist you in the fight against Belks, but we can prevent the rest of the cult from storming where you are. And then you'll just
Got
have
it.
to deal with whatever his guard is.
Mhm.
Got it. I'll give you a signal. It'll probably be the same way we're talking right now. I apologize again for the evasiveness.
It is fine.
And then before I sever the mind link, I'm gonna be like, here, to help you in whatever fight is to come. And I do give him a little mini talisman, a little mini tentacle necklace pendant.
He takes
So he
it,
gets a D4 to any attack or ability roll.
he nods, and he will kind of slip it into the pocket of his pants.
All right.
Or just
I
ability
think we're
checks.
ready to
Sorry.
go back.
Yeah.
Oh, to ability checks. Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think we're
Also-
ready to go back then.
You could
Wha-
also
what's
just
that?
go for it right now.
Good, but that gives him time to talk to the other people as well as for us to be like a sneak attack. We know our way from here.
But if we can get the goblins on our side, I think the Dogrums won't be too much of an issue.
Yeah. But that's what I'm thinking. If we give him like less than an hour to talk to some people.
Let your friends know to stand down.
Oh yeah, well that's smart.
Okay. Quick show of hands. Who wants to go now and just fight? And who wants to come back? Go fight. Raise your hands.
Like, I'm ready to fight if he's not going to let us go.
Yeah,
Even
I
though
think
we're
that's where I'm
quote-unquote
at.
agreeing. Like,
Mhm.
that's the being ready in case
Yeah.
there's just a thing. But I would like to try
Smart,
and, like,
yeah.
leave and then sneak back in. Like, quote, leave. And then
Okay.
we can't do that.
Okay.
then with that, I'm going to just preemptively take some of my little stones and charge them up to be like the my little, what is it called? Magic stone. I touch
How
them.
long
I
does
can
that
imbue
last?
up to 3. It lasts 1 minute. So
Okay.
it's only if we're like it's gonna happen, they will go back to normal stones if we leave, basically.
Okay. Excellent. So, you guys wish to return to the throne room now? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll just do a little zip. We're not going to RP walk it. We're just going to zip along.
For sure.
Zip zap.
Boop, boop, boop.
Zip zap zap.
Zip zap zap through the walls.
Be where
Tyrannus
you
leads
want to
back.
be in the throne
Yeah.
room.
And then Tyrannus, you see, he goes into the general quarters and seemingly to do the thing that he said he was going to do.
Okay.
And Tim Tam
Oh.
stays in that room.
Gonna hang here.
I have to actually look. Can Tim Tam talk to me? What?
Kind of
You
robotically,
guys,
maybe.
maybe. I'll look into it. You guys. Somebody who is persuasive, tell Belks we're agreeing. I am not persuasive, so I am not the person.
Okay.
You re-enter the throne room. Belks is lounging on the throne when he sees you enter. He sits up. I hope you've made a wise decision.
Yes, we can help you in your endeavor to gain more power from off-world.
His grin widens as he hops down the throne and he approaches you guys. Despite the power and the pressure he carries with him, he is still a normal-sized goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. This is
Shorty.
great news. So, do you know where more artifacts are then?
We think we
We
know
know
where
we
one
can
may
find
be.
out.
Excellent, excellent. This is great news. This is great news.
And then, of
Soon-
course, there's the other one.
I mean, we
The
already know of
resurrectionist.
one.
No,
We already know of the location of one.
that we believe should be there. And we know that there's the
Yes.
resurrectionist one that they called earlier. With that they know
Yes,
of,
but
which maybe we can agree to go retrieve for them.
very true. Yes, yeah, actually, yeah.
I am
mean, if he wants
glad you
power,
offered
we
us
can get more
come.
power for you.
You are true hunters of the artifacts. See, I wouldn't have figured this out on my own. There's no way to get off world. We made the mistake of destroying the ships, of course, but I digress. I see a very fruitful friendship between the two of us. Now, why wait? Surely you have a ship. Surely you can go search for the artifacts. I'll keep things here. When you return, then things may be a little different, but I assure you it's for the best. He gives a very wide grin at that.
Different how?
What do we need to prepare for?
This castle has outgrown us, or we have outgrown this castle. The villagers are a constant thorn in the side. While you are off hunting the artifact, we are going to solidify our position here on this planet.
Mm-hmm. How long do you think that'll take you? We might be back before
Oh,
that
no.
happens.
Not long at all. Couple of days. You see, we simply
Okay.
rally our
Yeah, no
forces.
problem.
We've been attacking the village simply through the use of creatures. If we ourselves join the fray, then it'll be an easy fight. So,
Out of character,
and
do
he
you want to start
classes-
fighting here?
Well, he's giving us a few days. That's why I was
But will
asking
he,
if, like,
though?
if it's an immediate
Say that out of
thing
character,
or.
but yeah.
Well, because if okay, so we could leave and tell the villagers, "Hey, be prepared." Like they could just come running out when we do this, and then we sneak back up through the sea caves.
I have a question for you. Can I just kind of send Tim Tam into the area where the bugbear was and see if they're like already riling around, like doing that?
Can you share senses with Tim Tam, or does Tim Tam need a report to you?
Okay.
Because that will be the deciding factor in that.
Teo, can
Yeah.
you mind link again?
Oh yeah.
I might link with Tyrannus. I'm like, hey, sorry to peep in real
hold
quick.
on. Do you need to see Tyrannus to mind link, or can it just be someone you know?
Do I?
And is there a
I
range?
think if I've already established. No, he has to be within 40 feet, and I must be able to see him, and he must be able to see me. Damn.
Damn.
Could you have kept it that you didn't got it down so that it lasts an hour, and you're like, I'll only listen after I say I, something like that? And just
No, it says
rest
to
on
use
it?
this ability, the creature must be able to see you
Oh, okay.
and be
If you
within
break line
40
of sight,
feet.
you can't do that. Okay.
No.
We can ask where revivalists are. If we already know where that artifact is, why don't we go get that?
I think he said he doesn't know where they are. They didn't tell him
No, he
location
doesn't
yet.
know where the
A
cult
general
resurrection
idea,
is.
or like a
No.
way to go.
He told you they approached him, and didn't really give much information in that regard.
He doesn't want to like give any leading information that
My
we can get. No background.
my
information.
homunculus would have to report to me. It doesn't say anything about us being able to communicate in any way, so I'm assuming.
So if we make a commotion, we have to hope that.
Mm-hmm.
Belks rubs his hands together. And he holds a hand up for a handshake towards one of you guys, whoever is the leader, so to speak, to solidify.
Elodine kind of steps forward and just bows down to him, as in nobody touch him.
He looks a little confused, but then he kind of returns the bow. Very well. With that deal in place, then. I suppose we should start working now, then later, You say you know where some artifacts are, then go retrieve them, bring them back, and then we will continue our next move from there.
We will.
From the seat of our new power, of course.
Yeah, we'll meet you back at the town
Yeah.
with
Sounds good.
our own artifact.
Excellent. I am quite excited.
Could we have Tyrannus
Cool,
escort us
so-
out again?
Yeah, I was gonna say how
He waves his hand. Whatever. You can have the rug escort you out. We have things to discuss. And then he kind of goes back to his throne. A couple moments later, the message was kind of passed around, and Tyrannus waits for you outside the throne room.
I mind link with Tyrannus again. Hello.
Again, very invasive.
Sorry, there's no way. Should I like give a hand signal or something to let you know I'm about to do this?
Something.
Skype call sounds.
It's like,
Doo-doo-doo.
you know when one is to eat a pudding and they put their fork all the way through, but the pudding is thicker than they think? It is like that, except the fork is you and the pudding is not.
Got you. So I apologize once again. How are things on your end?
I have started spreading the word amongst those of us who do not wish to follow Belks in his current state. That is about all I can do in that point, and then I hope the goblin cowardice does not take their heart. If
Is there any
there are
chance you can get-
bugbears or hobgoblins? And he kind of lets that trail off.
Alright.
Is there any chance you can
It
get?
says we're like
your-
we're walking as we talk.
Yeah. We're
Yeah,
heading
He's
out.
escorting you out. So.
I was like, mind link still. Like, is there any chance that you can guard the side entrance from the forest?
The broken wall. Well, the closest entrance to the castle from the broken wall would be the quarters that I came from. I can try to make sure that only those not loyal to Belks are there. But I cannot promise that. It is a common area that many goblins sleep in.
Got you. If they are loyal, I will flash this gesture and make a peace sign. And if they don't make the
Very
same
well.
sign back, then
I'll inform.
thank you.
Good luck.
You too. And I nod at him, severing the mind link.
And he wanders back
And
out.
we out, right? We out? We can leave?
We are out of the main castle.
All right. So, you guys are now going to the side forest entrance. Is that my
I
understanding?
think so.
Uh,
Yeah, I like that
actually leaving,
entrance.
Heading back to the town, like that's where our ship is at.
Yeah, where
I
our
want to
ship
update
at.
Moira and the little lads, Brayden and Brandon, aka Berries and Creme,
Barras and Krim.
Lores and
Okay.
Creme.
Baras.
Barras and Krim. All right. So you leave the castle. Again, you're still watched, by the goblins guarding the castle. But you make your way back to where Moira and them were waiting. Moira looks up. You walk out alive, but not covered in goblin blood. What have you done?
We
Discussed
surveyed
us.
What was that?
we surveyed the area so that we can come through another entrance, actually.
You just gotta trust us.
Yeah.
Very well.
Stay hidden here.
And when will that other entrance be entered?
Now-ish, we have to decide on whether or not we want to go through the sea caves or the forest entrance. I think the forest entrance sounds better, but we do have an idea of where the sea caves comes in.
She cocks an eyebrow. I have no choice but to trust you in this, then. Do you need us still to wait out here, or can we return to town?
Stay hidden here.
Stay hidden here. We need the sarcophagus close.
We're gonna need you sooner rather than you think. And I want to give her like the download for the whole thing. What
Yeah,
they're
she's fine
planning,
knowing what's going on.
what we are planning on doing.
Do you tell her that Belks plans to attack the village in force?
Oh yeah.
All right. She
And that
Her face.
we are
We're going to stop
we're
that.
going
That's not
back
happening.
now to try and stop that. Like,
okay. She
we are aware
nods,
this is going
but
to happen.
then-
We're trying to prevent it. But that's
She
why you
nods,
stay
but then
here,
she turns to
so you can get back.
she
to
turns
the town.
to Braden Krem. Looks at him. Go tell Lloyd about that, so at least he can rally those who can defend and protect those who cannot. And she looks to you. I don't doubt your abilities, but it's better to be prepared for this than caught off guard.
Yes.
No, I agree.
Braden
I'm with that.
Krem salutes and then starts running off into the woods.
Quickly, quietly.
How far are the mountains from here?
She gestures to behind the castle and to see a few ways behind, at kind of like the tip of the island, the mountains come up, kind of framing behind the castle.
And where's the Okay, so if I'm facing the castle and behind the castle is the mountains, where from like kind of where we're facing, left or right, east or north, whatever, or would the forest entrance be versus the sea cave entrance? Because they
The sea
seem
cave
kind of
entrance would be coming from the left, because the castle you
Mhm.
can see kind of butts up against the island cliff that goes into the sea. On the right would be the forest entrance with the broken wall.
I feel like I'm not as much as my character is not a fan of the sea caves. I personally am kind of a fan of the sea caves. How about you guys?
I'm kind of more for the forest right now because
Okay.
we're able to get in with the team that's on our side. Where that
Yeah.
entrance is,
Yeah. I think because we've set up that,
and
it
we're
makes more
already in the
sense.
forest area, so it would be kind of easier, faster.
And your guidance, and we could get there quicker versus the sea caves we know nothing about.
Mhm.
Exactly.
If we need
Besides,
to
it's
escape entry to
dangerous.
the sea caves.
Okay, I think I'm pro forest now too.
Yeah, same.
All right. All right. So, I'll say we don't need to make a check for this because you remember the Ranger Journal, and then you remember the path from the Choker Caves, and with Ezreal and Xyler's survival ability and perception, you're able to navigate back to the Choker Cave and through the footpath up into the woods. And it's over about the course of an hour, 2 hours as you're hiking through the dark woods this time. But eventually they start to lighten, and then you come to a tree line, and you can kind of see there's a tree line, and then there's a line of trees cut down to provide vision. And you look through, and you see more of those castle walls. But this time you see that looks like part of it kind of caved in, and there's a massive hole. However, that hole has defenses.
Oh,
Oh yeah, so yeah, that
To the
makes
back.
sense.
And you can't exactly see the top of the walls thanks to the storm and the dark. And then you guys can position yourselves however you wish in the tree line. You can see more of the
Let me get
doldrums that kind of
sniper
patrol
position.
yeah.
Right.
Can I see any goblin friends on the walls?
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay. Okay, not too bad. Oh wow, actually pretty good. 16.
You look up and you're able to see there's a couple goblins patrolling with bows at the top of the wall. Give me one moment. And in fact, you get an idea on top of the walls now. I get the big one. Actually, I can just do this. Boom.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
do we want to go to the sea cave? We
Yeah,
don't have the time to waste, but
Because I
there's
can't give
1,
a
2,
signal
3,
to see if these
4,
archers are
5,
good.
7. I'm trying to remember. So we didn't fight the goblins in the other run. We did fight the
Doldrums, yeah.
The
Dolgrims.
Dolgrims.
But the
It's-
goblins are like not very strong.
It's a safe assumption that Dolgrims and Dolgons are in thrall to Bexel.
Where the goblins may not be.
Yeah. The
Mhm.
goblins could be, as Tyrannus said, not in loyalty to Bexel.
So
But
we don't want to
hard
attack
to
the
tell.
goblins first, but we will attack the Dolgrims first.
Yeah. I can go out and give a signal, and if their goblins are not with us, I can misty step away into cover, if anything,
Mm-hmm.
and see if the goblins can fire at the Dolgrims.
Possibly. Do we want to do be right back really fast
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Actually,
before we get started on a fight?
I was gonna say, let's see what time it is. How's everyone doing on time?
I'm good. We have time.
I probably have another hour.
Okay.
Just based
I
also on
say-
stuff I have to get done today.
Yeah, if our fight's gonna be more than an hour, we might want to. You're
The
right.
fights can go quickly, but we all know that they often don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This fight might go
Um,
quickly. The next fight, definitely.
This is true.
So then I'll
Yeah.
pause it here. We can part 2 the castle siege, and we'll pick up
Ooh.
right here into the actual proper castle siege. Or we can do this
Ooh.
fight and then end after that. I'll leave it to you guys and the viewers at home.
I'm
Hey, viewers at home, do you want to see us fight?
pro this
You
fight.
wanna see some goblin
We
fight?
just need to take a break because we need to feed our dog. But
Yeah.
that's
I mean, if
it.
we're gonna end, then that's what I'm saying.
You know what? You know what?
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
Roll initiative. I'm just gonna roll that so it can be up there, and I'll go feed the dog. Well, that's a 21. Let's say nat 20, and I'll go feed the dog.
I rolled a 2. I'm not rolling good today.
Ten.
My initiative is a 3.
10.
I got 4. All those high rolls are gonna bite me in the ass eventually.
Teo gets to go before me.
20.
And what
That's
did,
much.
Xylo roll?
Mine wasn't great, but it wasn't the worst.
You got straight up the middle.
I did. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
We have two
So-
highs, 2 lows, 1 middle.
So one of us, whoever goes first, can also probably flash the symbol and see if the goblins are with us or against us.
Oh, smart. Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
Xyler or Ezreal for sure.
Yeah, I figure like they can flash symbol, and if they're with us, just point to the Dolgrims, and they'll probably get the gist.
Yeah.
All right. I will say, the encounter is set up to go. So, if we wanted to end here, we're ready to go, or we could just go right here now. Go right for it.
Let's fight these guys.
Let's stop.
Yeah, we all
fighting
rolled,
each
rolled, so we're ready.
other. Yeah, I rolled a
Yeah.
21.
All right.
Should have
combat
backed it,
has
but yeah, let's-
Oh damn, that one guy
started.
can go first.
I will
Yeah.
say what you guys can do is
Mhm.
you can have that free action before combat to do the check to see if the archers have been informed yet.
Okay.
But that does mean like letting the archers see us. Not that we're
Mhm.
sneaking in
So
anyway, I
that
guess.
would be your choice.
Okay, I can go out there,
Yeah.
and I flash the peace sign at the archers and see if they see me.
Let's do a little perception check to see if this is. Stat block here. Let's see the Dolgrims. They're not the only threat. Alright. Give me, I'll say a performance check.
Performance?
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 16.
Alright. They do not see it.
Oh
Shit,
no.
okay.
But what they see is someone coming out of the tree line. So.
Let's start the fight.
Yeah, so with that, top of round 1, Dolgrim B hears the shout from the archers up top, looks down, sees Teo walking out of the tree line. He's going to heft his shield and spear and start waltzing out. 30 feet. 1, 2, 3. I'll stand right there. All right, Xyla, you're up.
Awesome. I would like to take my longbow and shoot at Pilgrim B. So that's going to be 20 plus. I'm not getting advantage from being behind tree cover.
You do get advantage because they only know Teo.
Advantage. All right. So 1d20 plus 3. Roll that. Let's see what it is. 17 plus 3. That's a 20.
20 hits.
All right. So that's going to be 1d8 plus 1. 1d8 plus 1. Roll. That is going to be. Waiting for it. Come on. Sorry, guys. This is the one delay. Okay, 7 plus 1, so 8 damage to the Dolgrim.
Nice.
He is considered bloodied. As the
Nice.
arrow strikes right into his chest, and he lets out a gurgling sound as blood leaks out of both mouths.
I was aiming for a head.
It's hard to tell where the head is on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, is that your turn?
Ooh, bonus. Let me see if I can do bonus action. No, that's gonna be it for now.
What was that?
Be the next person. That will be it for now. Pass it on to Ezreal.
All right, Ezreal, you're up.
Okay. I will. Would it be a bonus action or an action to step out and flash the beast to him?
I will say it would be a free action, but you give up the ambush position, so you want to get advantage on an attack.
Yeah, I do want to do that.
Okay. Go right ahead, step out, give me a performance check.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh. No.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's a 7.
A 7?
Ooh, a 7.
We're not forming a band anytime soon.
Well, good news, the goblins rolled way better this time. And as you come up and you flash that symbol loud and up and loud, you don't hear them, but you hear the goblins kind of shout out from the walls, and you're feeling Tyrannus calls! Tyrannus calls! And you're feeling
Oh,
the
thank
soldiers understand that you guys are on the other side.
Thank
I
God.
was so worried that wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
I'm just so good at performing. They just know.
You're
Yeah.
amazing.
It's all me.
I'm the one.
A little
I'm the main
angel glow.
character. You still have your action and bonus action, so you can still do something else if you wish.
Oh, great. Still get to it. That's nice. I guess I will cast Toll the Dead on. Which one did Siler hit anyone?
Yeah, I shot Dolgrim B, the closest
He's
one.
bloodied
that
but
one.
not dead.
I will Toll the Dead him.
Nice.
Okay. And
Dolgrim.
wisdom saving throw.
He rolled an 11.
That's not gonna be enough. That you will take 1d12 necrotic damage. 3.
Still standing. Very badly, though, as you hear that Dolores dong and then blood just kind of spurts out of the eyes and ears and mouth, and it sounds bad. It's is that your turn?
Okay, yeah. Yes, that's my turn.
All right, Dolgrim A. Range of that. Okay. It's going to hop over the sandbags. He pulls out this hand crossbow with one hand, and then the arm holds all their bolts, and he takes aim at Teo. Teo, that is going to be a 15 to hit.
That hits.
That's going to be 3 piercing damage as the crossbow bolt thunks you right in your shoulder.
Okay. I'm not gonna hellish beat that right now. I'm gonna save it for later.
It's going to fire 2 more bolts. Both of them are going to be at Ezreal. Ezreal, that is going to be an 8 to hit.
Does not hit.
And that's going to be a natural 20. Critical hit.
That does hit.
Alright. So it's going to be... You're going to take a total of... Wow. 9 piercing damage as the bolt hits you like right below the ribcage.
Ouch. Okay.
Despite using crit max system, it still rolled minimum damage.
Mm-hmm.
The crit system I implemented to avoid that from happening.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. It's still crazy. All right, that is his turn. It is the archer's turn. Archer is going to come down here with a short bow and aim down at Dolgrim A. It's going to be a 16 to hit. That hits the Dolgrim. The Dolgrim is going to take 3 damage. All right. Persephone, you're up.
I am going to. Where's the map again?
On the browser.
Oh, that's not the right thing.
Where are you on this? Oh, you're way up there. Hey.
Here, and I can do this. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Ice Knife.
I knew you were going to do that.
Nice, nice.
Nice knife.
Nice knife.
Nice knife. But I'm gonna cast it at 2nd level, so it'll be more damage.
All right.
Okay.
Who are you aiming at?
B.
He
Okay.
is bloodied.
Yep.
Lead is blood. Wow.
And they,
Nothing
bleeding.
happens. Never mind.
What'd you roll?
You win. A nat 1. So
Okay. So he doesn't get hit with the ice.
Oh,
knife.
no.
However, the two of them need to make a dex save, as we've learned.
they do have to make a dex still for the other.
All right. Dolgrim B rolled a 4. Dolgrim
It does not.
A rolled a 16.
Which one rolled the 16? That one's fine.
A, yeah. So B. So
Okay.
I
Then
will tell you
you-
this: you don't need to roll a damage for that because he had 2 health left.
Okay, he's dead. Cool.
Yeah.
He dead.
Yeah. What's the dice roll for the
I want to
explosion
see what
damage?
I would roll. It's a
Do whatever.
2d6 because
Oh, yeah.
it's yeah.
you
Oh,
have a
yeah.
minimum of
Yeah. So,
so yeah.
yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
3, 4,
Oh.
7.
There we go.
Yeah,
He
the,
dead.
the ice knife, you throw it out, it thunks into the ground. Dolgrim looks down at it and just poof explodes up. And you watch just shrapnels of ice cut through underneath it, and then it just gurgles and falls down dead.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice
As he
knife.
stares at the bouncing Betty. All right, is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. I'm just going to move ahead on the line. The 2 archers are going to attempt to shoot Dolgrim A. They miss both times. Okay. Dolgrim C is up. Let's see if the Dolgrim picks up on the Goblin's Betrayal. No, he's an idiot. Alright,
I
10,
love
15,
idiots.
20, 25, 30. He pulls out his hand crossbow. But he's at disadvantage for shooting your front line. So he is going to shoot twice at Teo. That's a natural 1 and a natural 20. Thank God they had disadvantage.
Ooh.
That is going to be a 10 to hit.
10 does not hit.
Alright, to Ezreal. That's going to be a natural 1. Yeah, you
Yeah, it
guys
does not
hear
hit.
more crossbow bolts thunk, thunk, thunk at the ground by your feet. But to no avail. Goblin D is going mine Goblin these arrows as he shoots them at Dolgrim A again.
You can never have more than 3 goblins when you're doing Alpha Numera.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh, you can't do more than 2. In all honesty, Goblin C.
Dolgrim A takes more damage as another arrow hits his body. Still up, though. Not bloodied. Teo, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna attack goblins. Dolgrim C.
The double cross, double cross. Alright.
Unnatural 20.
That hits.
Okay. Hell yeah, I'm rolling great today, except for initiative.
I feel that.
We're about it though.
13 damage from my Eldritch Blast.
Hey, that's crazy because they have 13 max health.
Hey, snipe.
You basically point your hand out, that energy crackles down your arm, boom, screams through the stormy air, strikes the Dolgrim perfectly in the chest, and then continues through. And you just see a poof, the hole in its chest, and it gets thrown up and down and dead.
Nice.
Nice.
Every time.
Dolgrims are class cannons. Is that your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn.
All right, Elodine, you're up.
All right. We're moving up here. That's about 30 feet. I measured. And then she is going to attack Dolgrim A with her hand axe. That's a nat 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Remember, we are using crit maxing, so it's max damage of the damage die, and then you roll it. And add it all together.
All right,
as a
so
modifier.
6 damage
Plus
+1.
plus 3, 4, 5, so 11
11 total.
damage.
Right.
And then
and
I'm going to
I
do
will
a
tell-
second
no,
attack
you
with my
don't have to,
dagger.
because no, I don't
Oh,
need
he
you to
dead?
make a second attack. I need you to tell me how you're going to do this.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so she just kind of runs up and throws the dagger at him. Or not the dagger, the hand axe at him. And it kind of aiming towards head / center of chest.
Center mass.
And then holds her hand up just to get ready for it to appear back in her hand.
Mimicking Xena Warrior Princess, you throw your axe out, it spins through the air, arcs through its center chest, and then you pull it, it comes back and it arcs back through the other way, and you catch it, blood dripping down as you look up and you see a Dolgrim gurgle blood, fall to his knees and fall to the side, dead.
Yeah.
And with that, you've killed the Dolgrims.
Nice.
You did it.
And
Easy
have told the
fight.
goblins that you're
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's us.
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah. Help us out there.
Put his head on a spike.
Will do.
That was his head. He's a
Well,
bastard.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yep, yep.
They gesture to the Dolgrams. We'll take care of this so no one gets suspicious.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
They nod, and they start grabbing the bodies and pulling them kind of into the tree line while you guys go into the castle.
Oh, real
Ooh.
quick, I ask you guys
And-
one favor.
Eh?
Any Dolgrim you see mobilizing toward the human village, can you delay them or stop them if you can? No worries
They
if not.
don't.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
All right. And then you continue along the path towards the castle, and sure enough, what Tyrannus told you, that castle wall leads to the quarters. And you find an easy, thanks to the rubble in the area, you find an easy enough way to clamber up and in to the goblin quarters. And when you capture you kind of hit the ground, and you almost catch a spear in the face.
Oh,
Tyrannus.
Oh,
And he goes, "Oh, it's only you."
sir, please.
You are coming from the dark and through the window. What was I supposed to expect?
You knew we
You
were
did not-
coming.
You did not.
We
tell
told
me
you,
which
man.
direction
Please
you
buy
were
us
coming.
dinner
You didn't
first, my
tell me which
goodness.
direction you were coming.
It's true. We didn't. Yeah, it's true.
I am
Very true.
actively making a mutiny against the Goblin Lord here. So,
Yeah.
forgive my paranoia.
Yeah.
You know,
We
that's
appreciate
fair.
this a lot, actually.
But
Right
still,
now,
that was scary.
well, I mean, just shrugs.
Is Tim Tam within 120 feet of me if he's still down there?
Let's do a little measurement.
That's a great question. No, he doesn't. He looks too far away.
No, he's
120.
Yes,
in range.
it's 111.
Hell yeah.
You're 114. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just barely, but he's in
Okay,
range.
cool. Well, because I can make him channel my magic. He has to be within 20 feet, 120 feet of me. So
Mhm.
just to like kind of let him know that I'm here, since I can't communicate verbally or mentally with him, is just to use one of the lights, because like
Mhm.
he can light things for me.
hmm
And then that way he just knows to come our way. That's all that is. Because I don't want to lose him.
Again. Tim Tam just sneaks through, and there you go.
Cool thing. That's about it.
Hi, Tim Tam.
Alright.
Hey, Timothy.
He gives a salute as he settles on Elodin's shoulder again.
We missed you.
Tyrannus looks towards all of you. So the plan is that the goblins who are disloyal to Belks well mobilized. The sound of fighting comes from the throne room. We can ensure that other forces don't impede that fight, but the guards that are in there now, you'll need to deal with still. We're not allowed within the throne room.
We can do that. If we go straight
our
for
best to
belts, we can
And
hope to
your
disarm the
best option.
Dolgrams after.
He nods. Other than that, I guess this is it. I wish you luck.
same to you. And
Thank
I
you.
give like a head nod.
I want to hand him one of
May
my
we
player
both
cards. Or playing cards.
You just
Slips
here's a
one of
playing
those
card.
out. May we see each other at the other end of this fight. With that, he kind of, in Goblin, says to the goblins flanking him, they nod and they kind of run out into the castle. Assumingly taking position, assumingly waiting for you guys. Alright. But you are left in empty goblin quarters. The fight looming against Belks, the artifact wielding, power hungry goblin. And it's there. We'll end the session.
Ooh.
We'll pick up next time in Castle Siege Part 2, where the party fights
Hell
belts.
It's party time.
Finally.
Finally.
Oh, yeah.
I've been wanting to kick this guy's ass since I met him.
Yo.
I've known him for 10 minutes and I hate him.
Seriously, turning 2 people into 1 monster? How awful.
How awful.
Telling us your genocidal plans in one go.
Like,
damn.
really?
Yeah.
Wild, dude.
Yeah,
Crazy guy.
He's a power drunk goblin. What do you expect?
Yeah, yeah.
he has the power of God and anime on his side, unfortunately, in this case.
It's true.
With that, thank you all for watching. Thank you to players for playing. Thank you to the DM for DMing. All that fun stuff. As always, we are Roll of Adventure. Yes, Roll of Adventure. We are here usually Saturdays. And I am the Dungeon Master Zalora. If you wish to know where to find me, you can find me on Twitch at guess what? Zalora with 3 A's at the end.
Hey.
D, where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me at D Major Queer on all social media platforms. Let me spell it out correctly here. Nope, that's D Major Q. Hold on. I can type.
I have a keyboard. I know how to type.
Mm-hmm. We'll type.
There we go. There we go. Cool. That's me on all platforms and also on Twitch. I'm going to toss it over to Briston. Where can they find you?
Hi, you can find me on Twitch, Bry510.
Nice.
James,
What's up?
are you
can find
getting
me on
perceived
Twitch.
this week or not?
I'm perceived this week, maybe not next week, but I'm
Okay.
evil superpowers everywhere. But yeah, Jace, do
Me?
not want to deceive you.
You can find me here on Saturdays.
Yay!
Otherwise, do not perceive Jace.
Jace
And do
isn't
not
here
perceive
unless it's
James.
Saturday on this channel.
I actually only exist on Saturdays, so yeah.
We
True.
roll her out of the box. We roll them out of the box every Saturday and
Mhm,
set them in front of a computer.
Alright, that means you can find me technically on here as MJ Sparkles, though I'm not streaming at the moment. But you can find me on TikTok as MJD Sparkles. And I'm quite active on there.
There's a D.
Yeah, some bastard took my name.
Now, why am I in it?
Are you guys
You're
collabing
like, wait a
and you
minute.
didn't tell us?
She just likes you. She thinks you're cool.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Easter if you celebrate it. If you don't, happy Sunday. Bye-bye now.
Happy
Bye.
420.
Happy
Bye.
420.
Happy 420.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.